Hi everyone, it's Kind. Welcome back to my channel. So it's that time of the month again. Just kidding, it's that time of the year again. Every June, the gays of the world congregate to, plot how they're gonna take over the world and take down the church over martinis and Sex in the City. Last June, I believe, I did my Pride makeup based on America legalizing same-sex marriage in all 50 states across the country. However, this June, things are a lot different because of how what happened in Orlando kind of glooming over the entire community, and I think over the entire world. I decided to do this look to represent the triumph of harmony and love and light and color over darkness and prejudice. I think the rainbow is a really meaningful symbol, especially for gay people. For me personally, when I was younger, I was often teased for, liking bright colors and being flamboyant and wearing outlandish things. I was always taught to become docile and quiet and fit in. But the thing is, even if I did only wear beige and only dress like an average boy, I still didn't really have the privilege of being masculine or passing for straight, since my true colors would always shine through my mannerisms or the way I talked or who I was friends with. Eventually I figured out I wasn't really fooling anyone, so I just decided to run with it. And that's when I bought my first lace front. But yeah, I hope you liked this look and that little blurb there, and I hope this inspires you to show off your true colors. But without any further ado, let's begin the tutorial. Okay, so we're starting off this look by blocking down the brows. I mean, who likes real brows anyway? Real brows are boring, so I'm using a glue stick to flatten them down to the face so we can completely get rid of the texture and draw totally new brows later on. And no, this is not going to rip your brows off. I've done it 1,000 times. Just washed up with warm soap and water. So while we're waiting for that to dry, we're just going to move on and do a separate part of the face. So I'm mixing black and white cream paint. Black and white makes gray, kids. And we're painting everything visible below the lower half of the face. I recommend contouring with a dark gray as opposed to a black, since it's a lot easier to blend. And after blending it all with a sponge, I'm setting everything I just painted using translucent white powder, which will prevent this from smudging. Add an extra layer of glue over top of the dry one if you feel that your brows are that manly and bushy. Mine were, so I added more glue off camera, but once dry, set it with powder. Now I'm gonna etch out my brow highlight, and this will serve as part of the brow coverage, a guide for how high I can take my eyeshadow, and finally a template to help me draw on my brows symmetrically later on, so I never skip this step when I'm doing a brow cover. I'm using a new product today. This is Clown White from Ben Nye. It's just this white cream paint since I ran out of the white in my Flash palette, and as the name suggests, it's made for clowns. If you want to try like a more classy, feminine version of this, there's the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, but this has so much more product and it's better coverage. So anyway, added that clown white all over the lids to serve as eyeshadow base, and now I'm applying this light purple shadow to the socket of the eye. Afterwards, I'm adding further definition using a deeper purple eyeshadow. All the product names will be in the description if you're interested, but then again, how many of you are really going to recreate this? I doubt any of you, as most of you have lives. But I'll list the products anyway, because I'm a humanitarian. In the center of the lid, I'm adding orange eyeshadow, blending it with the purple, but I'm not going to bring it into the tear duct as it's going to be sandwiched between yellow and purple. And then to blend together all the colors on the eye, just overlap them over top of each other where the colors meet. That way they're softly blended together. And then next, I wasn't really feeling the white highlight on the brow, so I decided to cover it up with yellow. And then I blended this into the purple crease using more purple eyeshadow and also some orange. And now I'm taking a break from the eyes to work on the face. I'm applying white beneath my eyes and on the center of the forehead. This is because I'm going to be putting yellow in these areas, and the yellow I have isn't as pigmented as I'd like, so this white base helps bring out that color. So on the forehead, I'll be blending that yellow into orange and then pink and purple and red. So I'm applying those colors and blending them accordingly. And then on the bottom half, beneath the eyes, I'll be blending the yellow into more cooler colors, so like green, teal, and blue. And I'm using colors from my Imagic Flash palette for all of this. Cream colors are great since they're much easier to blend than water-activated face paints, for me at least, or maybe I'm just like incompetent. After everything is blended, you do need to set the colors since they're cream, and you could set them with invisible translucent powder if you want, but to accentuate the colors and push the pigment even further, you can set them with coordinating bright eyeshadows. So like I'm gonna set that yellow with yellow eyeshadow, setting the green paint with green eyeshadow. You get it. Just make sure that the brush is clean each time, I mean, it's not that big of a deal if you mix green with teal, but you don't want to be mixing orange and blue, or it'll just look like a mess. Then next I'm doing my brows, and I decided on a teal blue brow to contrast the warm tones going on in the upper half of my face. I'm starting off by doing the entire brow in that lighter tone and then overlapping only the ends with a darker blue in order to create that gradient brow. You always want to lay down the lighter colors first before darker colors, just in general, because a darker color always shows up over top of a lighter one, but if you put light over top of dark, it's very hard to get it to show up. It's just the laws of the universe. Next, we're doing eyeliner, and I'm just realizing now that I did a terrible job filming this. I feel like I just go into like a hypnotic trance every time I do my eyeliner, and I forget I'm filming a video. I'm also drawing a line underneath my eyes as well, applying it about ½ centimeter below my real lower lash line, winging it out in both directions and making sure it's sharp on both ends just by using the tip of that angled brush. The space between this line and my real waterline I'll fill in with white to create that illusion of a larger eyeball. Next, I'm putting on my false lashes, and I also put in colored contacts. Just kidding, I actually made a trip to the eye doctor and surgically changed my eye color so I can look more like Charlize Theron. Next, I'm going to be splattering some paint on my face to make some colorful freckles. I'm using some water-activated face paints since they splatter really well like liquids, but for the colors I don't have, I'm improvising by using eyeliners or liquid lipsticks. And now we're adding some tear-like streaks of color down onto the grayscale part of the face. I'm just drawing some streaks and blending them into the color that's on my cheek using dabbing motions, making sure the color coordinates. Next, I'm putting some black shadow along the edge of the border and then blending it downwards. This helps give the illusion that that colored part is 3D laying above the gray part. And here's where I decided I didn't like the tripping on the nose, so I redid that part. And to add another detail, I'm putting a little bit of white right above that black on the little hill-shaped mound. And finally, I'm just adding black lipstick to finish off the grayscale half of the face, and that's the end of my PowerPoint presentation. This is the finished look, everyone. All the things that I used in this video, including all the links, okay, maybe not the links, that's a little too much, but everything I used will be listed down in the description, including the details on this hair. I did style it like this. I'm actually so proud of myself. I usually just like put the thing on my head. I am not a hairstylist by any means, but all I did really was just like pin it up in the back, so I guess I'm still not a hairstylist, but let me feel proud about this, okay? Anyway, you can leave me a comment down below letting me know what you think about this look or any requests you might have for future looks you want me to try out. But until next time, I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!